Welcome, Geeklings, to the third episode of the Geek Guild podcast. I am your host, Titan, and with me today is...
Trist.
And Stitch.
We are very happy to be here. This is the third episode. I'm glad that we're keeping it on a time basis, keeping it on schedule.
Yeah.
It's very good. It feels like an accomplishment.
It is definitely an accomplishment. It feels kind of like a part of just the way it is every week.
Can't wait to get to the double digits.
The double digits will be nice.
That's what I'm going to be excited. We're going to have like a party or something. I don't know. So, let's get into it. We have started playing WoW. Or I have.
Yes.
I have started playing WoW. Me, Trist, and Stitch have all started playing WoW again. I say Trist again because I want to know how much time do you have on your main character, Bias?
I don't have a lot. I think I have something like
39 days?
39 days of my life.
That is crazy.
On one character, though.
That's one character.
Yep.
Wow, that is great. And Alliance or Horde?
For the Alliance.
For the Alliance. And it is... What is it? A Night Elf Druid, right?
Night Elf Druid, yep.
Yep.
Balance.
That's pretty crazy. So I have started playing I started with a Goblin Rogue for the Horde.
Yep.
I thought that I'd be like, yeah, I'm for the Horde, I'll do that. Then I switched to... I kind of did a couple little stupid characters in between. Like, I tried a Hunter, I tried a Night Elf Druid, and I just didn't like them, so I just deleted them. And then I went for the Alliance, and I played a Pandaren.
Yep.
And I played a Warrior. That's fun because he does a lot of damage. He's pretty tanky. I think I like being in people's faces and just punching them. So, I don't know. Ranged isn't for me very much.
I definitely am a ranged person. I can play melee, but I'm just not very good.
You're not very fond of it.
I'm not very fond of it. There are people in this world that are tanks. There are people in this world that are healers, and there are people in this world that are DPS, ranged or melee.
And that's you.
Yeah, I am a ranged.
So what is yours, Stitch?
Yeah, Stitch actually plays WoW too, and the funny thing is she bought it for me
for Christmas,
and I played
several
it
years ago.
non-stop. I'm talking morning, noon, and night, sitting in the recliner on an old computer.
TV back.
Yeah,
that's when I was watching Voyager.
Yep.
Wow.
And so I played it, and then I finally convinced her to play it, and then she loved it, and then I finally convinced you to play it.
And it was very hard. But
it was
now
very
I'm
hard.
so addicted. I already have like 20 hours.
Yeah, it's so hard to explain for people that don't play it.
So, Stitch, what is your favorite type of... Well, what is your main character?
I have a Pandaren on Trist's account when I initially started playing because I wasn't too sure if I wanted to start my own and pay for it. So that one was a warrior, and I enjoyed that one. Got her up to 55, and then you put her up to 60 to fly and mine, basically farm for us.
Yeah, it's a farmer.
Didn't work out very well.
It works.
And then, so I decided to go ahead and do my own, and I really enjoy the Hunter that I've got, and that one's up to level 50. And then I have also, though, a Warlock that I started, an Undead Warlock, that I enjoy that one as well. And then the newest one I actually did was a...
Paladin, right?
Yeah, Paladin. So I'm kind of all over the place. I mean, then I started a Pandaren Monk, so it's like...
God.
I don't know. I don't know if I definitely have a favorite.
I can't handle that. Like, I need one character to play. Like, I can't even handle doing a second spec.
Well, the thing is that especially once you get to the end game, like with Bias, he's capped out at 90. There's not a lot for him to do, but what he does gets very annoying if it doesn't go right. So you just need something that if you still want to play, you need something else to do.
What do you mean? What he does?
On the Timeless Isle, he can die so quickly if things aren't spawning like they should.
He isn't very tanky. He's a
right.
Yeah. I mean,
if you're doing raids and they get frustrating, you just want to break the monotony of it.
And I gotta say, I love dungeons. That's like my favorite thing to do. Dungeons are so much fun. I'm kind of proud. We were playing... What were we playing last night? It was Moradon, and I don't like that dungeon at all.
No.
And we were fighting Vile Tongue, the big centaur dude.
Yep.
And our tank was kind of lagging, and he kind of like ran in and pulled all this stuff, and you were playing healer, and you were in the back with like two guys on you. I taunted one, then charged one, like saved you. I was like, yeah. I don't know why, but like whenever we play League, I love being your tank. I love always being the one to come. Like I remember another thing, I was playing Gnar and you were playing like Caitlyn or Sivir or something, and someone was chasing you, got away with like 10 health because I used his ult and swiped him away.
Yeah, pushed him
I was
off.
like, oh, that felt so good.
That's what's good, like, when you play with your friends and people that you know so well, is that you have, like, this camaraderie that other people that you're not going to have on the random internet when you randomly...
You can always mess around.
Yeah.
Play brand top.
You know, whatever works. Whatever
I didn't
works.
really like dungeons at all. I didn't do it at all with the Pandaren. I think you convinced me to do it twice or something, and I get frustrated at other people.
Oh, yes.
So that's the hardest part for me, but I actually like them. The only bad thing is I really enjoy the questing. As bad as that, like, a lot of people hate it, and so I feel like I level up so fast when I'm in a dungeon that I can't complete the quest. Like, for me, I want to finish a storyline because it's almost like a book, sort of.
You're the person to read the lore.
I do.
You
I
are
read
one of the
everything.
very few.
So, since we're on Warcraft,
Okay.
what do y'all think about this new World of Warcraft movie coming out?
I'm very excited.
Are you excited about it?
I don't believe I knew that there was a movie coming out.
It's pretty big.
It's just called Warcraft. There's nothing else released about it. All they showed was like the name.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Warcraft.
Is it same Warcraft as...
Yes, World of Warcraft. It is World
Yeah.
of Warcraft, the movie.
It's the movie, and nobody really knows what perspective.
I hope they go from like... I don't know.
I want to think that they'd go through like Garrosh because that's like
He's the big guy.
the newest patch, but if they're wanting to make it last, they have to go way back.
Do you think they could make like maybe
Burning Crusade-ish.
the beginning why the Horde and the Alliance are fighting? Maybe
probably something stupid.
like an origin story?
They could do an origin story, or they can do like they did with the Lord of the Rings, and go all the way through it and then go back like the Hobbit. You know what I mean?
I don't think they'll do that. I think for sure I'm betting on an origin story, or maybe like kind of like a Romeo and Juliet thing, where it's like one not like that, but it's like a Horde and an Alliance person like come together and fight or something like that. I don't know, something like that. I'm not saying that they fall in love. I'm just saying it's like two people from two opposing sides get together to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of like the whole Pandaren when it came out. It was like the two sides coming together.
See, and he was neutral. The Pandaren, you
And
start
you
out as
pick.
neutral and you pick. And I was gonna say maybe they'll do it from Pandaren's perspective, but I think that would be.
I think it's so late game though that they need to go back
like
to
I
vanilla.
said, I think they're doing an origin story.
Well, and y'all don't read the lore a whole lot, so someone who does and reads just about everything, and I've done now Alliance and Horde, there's always some bad guy that may not necessarily be the Horde for the Alliance and the Alliance for the Horde. Like, there's always something out there that they're fighting that's poisoning their land, and that's what it seems to be. So, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you're going to lose a lot of people if you do it from Alliance perspective, and a lot of people if you do it from Horde perspective. So they're going to have to pick a middle ground somewhere, because I don't.
That's a very good
I don't
question. Or like, could they come up with like, could this spawn like the new race?
Ooh. You know what race I want? I mean, you know what race I want. I want Murloc race. I want to play as a Murloc. I want to play as like a Murloc paladin. Oh, just summoning hammers everywhere. Like, that's what I really want.
Well, maybe they would do like an Alliance perspective and a Horde perspective, and kind of go back and forth, kind of fade in and out, and then they meet.
Yeah.
Kind of like Valentine's Day.
Multiple, like the huge
Valentine's Day.
So the movie Valentine's Day, like the people are, it's like 4 or 5 different stories going on, but they cross.
So kind of like
They're
Pulp Fiction.
all interwoven.
Yes.
Like Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
I think that would be a way to satisfy the Alliance and the Horde people.
But then they
still
meet in the end to defeat
something.
Some huge boss.
Mm-hmm.
Burning Crusade would be a good.
Maybe the Lich King? Is the Lich King for anything? I don't know. I started in Pandaria.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can't. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to let you get there.
God dang it.
You got to get there. But yeah, that's been one of our biggest things going on right now. Is this house has turned into a LAN party. Wow.
It's true. It's fun.
It's nerddom all the time.
But what if it could be the old Warcraft games? Something like that. Weren't
Warcraft.
those like MOBAs sort of?
Yeah, they were sort of like it, but it didn't have like the open world.
Yeah, because Dota came from Warcraft 3. I mean, what if they go with that road?
I don't think it would draw as much attention.
You don't think so? I mean, not very many people know about Warcraft. They always think World of Warcraft was first.
Right.
You know.
Right, and
So.
it's definitely.
I remember when that first came out. Do you know year-wise?
94.
It was like very early.
Okay,
like
well,
Blizzard, very early.
I was looking into it in college because I wanted to pick up something, and I kept seeing it all over the place, and I kept wanting to try it, and then I kept figuring out that it was a monthly subscription, and I refused to pay. At that time, I was poor and in college, and $15 a month. I needed to eat, so
and that's a lot. For back
couldn't.
then.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't put that money into it, but I always wanted to do it. But then, by the time I started, like, I was worried that, like, I would have already missed everything. Yeah. So that's what I think I was really hesitant for a while.
So let's talk about the subscription, because I know a lot of people have issues with World of Warcraft being an subscription-based game. There was a lot of talk for a while that it was going to go free to play because of all the MOBAs that came out that were free to play. What's y'all's perspective? Like, I know what I think, but
honestly, that's the whole reason I didn't play it. That's the whole reason. And you know what? I was like, I'm going to suck it up. I dump money into games anyways. I was like, $15. I don't buy, like, maybe I wait a little bit longer to buy a board game.
Or you don't eat out one time a month.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, really, that's all it is. I mean, me and Dog Fluff just went out to eat tonight, and I spent $25 on both of us. You know, it's like if I just don't go out to eat one time, 1 month.
I think, so my perspective is, for playing it for so long, I think for one, I think it's it's justified, because this game...
It's huge.
It's huge. It will give you hours. It has all different types of things that you can play. You don't have to do certain things. So I think the playability definitely lasts at it's $15. But I think also if it went free to play, that you would lose...
A lot of people.
Not even necessarily a lot of people, but you would lose the quality of it.
Honestly, I wouldn't play World of Warcraft if it was free to play. I'm glad I played it when it, while it's like this. I don't think they'll ever go back.
I don't think it will.
But I'm glad I'm playing it while it's subscription. And I'm saying this just in case they might go to free to play. If they go to free to play, I probably won't. Just because I've played Terra, and that's a free to play MMO. Terrible. Like, it looks beautiful. It's a very gorgeous world. But it's just like people are spamming things, and it's like there's no control.
Trolls,
it's like chaos.
The trolls everywhere, and not the good kind of trolls.
I mean, you have to think about who can play it right now, too.
Yeah.
Because, and not that kids can't play, younger children, but I feel like if it goes free to play, you're going to have little bitty kids on there, because their parents are going to be like, sure.
Yep.
But also, like, even the few programming classes that I have taken, and the little bit that I know behind the actual, like, workings of programs, just a basic program to get the computer to say hello world when you go to a website.
Yeah.
Holy crap. And the amount of programming that goes behind that darn thing, $15 a month for each of us to pay is...
And the maintenance.
It doesn't even cover, I mean, what those people put into it, and just the imagination, and there's writers for the stories, and there's... I personally, knowing how big it is now and what's there, like... $15 a month to me seems like nothing when I think about everybody behind the scenes needing to get a salary and all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. So for me, it's...
I think it's very well justified, and if people don't like it, I mean, go play something free to play.
Well, yeah, they don't have to pay for it. I mean, they can go somewhere else, but how many millions of subscribers do they have around the world?
Exactly.
Well, they said that it declined a little bit, but honestly, getting back into it right before Warlords of Draenor, people are coming back in droves.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
I played right after Miss Pandaria came out. A little bit. Like, I got my month free. I didn't like it. And I'm glad I see now that all it took was some add-ons.
Yep.
And just to get to level 15.
Yep.
I mean, that's really all it took. And
20 so you can
20
ride.
so I can ride, 15 so I can do dungeons.
Yep.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. I think it's definitely well worth.
No, I've not gone very far, but don't you get to a point where you're really just doing dungeons and raids when you get to a super high level?
I'm level 34 on my warrior, and we're still doing dungeons, but we don't do them all the time. We queue up, and it takes 15 minutes to do it, and I'm just doing quests.
The higher
all the time.
up you go tends to be a longer queue time, so you're going to need to do quests, and plus that, once you level up, it's going to take a lot of experience for you to level up again. So it's...
Is there always quests, though, no matter what level you get to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I remember, I see on when you play Bias, and you're just walking around the aisle or whatever, I see you have like 7 quests stacked up, and you're not doing them. You're just kind of walking around, just killing elites.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really excited for, is to do raids and kill elites. But we have an announcement. WizKids is going to do a invitational. It's with HeroClix, Dice Masters, and Star Wars Attack Wing. Star Trek Attack Wing? I think it's Star Wars or Star Trek. I can't remember.
I think Star Trek.
I think it is Star Trek. They're doing an invitational. So they have chosen 7 board game / comic book shops around the country of these great USA. And
These great United States.
Great United States. And they have chosen 7 to do the invitational. luckily, our very friendly local comic book shop, Dragon's Lair, has been chosen as one of the 7. One of the lucky few.
Woo, that's crazy.
And
out of everywhere.
Really, out of all these big places that I hear about,
Houston.
Austin was chosen. Me and Trist have signed up for the Marvel Dice Masters portion of that tournament.
We have. Me and Titan, we did the Gravity feed. If you guys have been subscribed to the channel, which you should be, we did the starter set, the setup box, the Gravity feed. So we have a lot more dice to play with. We have a lot more knowledge. So it's been fun. It's been hard, but it's been fun trying to get everything worked out.
Yeah. And if you're wondering where we got the Gravity feeds from, we got them from Board Game Bliss.
Yep, and they've restocked yesterday.
They have restocked, so I mean, if you want to check them out, go check them out. Really great company, guys, really nice. But so we got our 120 dicing cards. We've been playing that. We've been playing all today. We want to get ready for that tournament. We're excited. So I went and signed us up. Me and Trist signed us up for the tournament, and I was told that when we sign up, when we show up, we get a booster of Uncanny X-Men, the new set for Dice Masters. I don't even want to call it Marvel Dice Masters. I just call it Dice Masters, just because they're coming out with D&D and stuff like that. So we get a booster, and then WizKids will be showing up with hopefully a decent amount of Uncanny X-Men starter sets. And people who have pre-registered in the tournament get first dibs on those.
That is amazing.
A
week early.
I think a month early, actually.
Oh, wow.
I told Trist about this as soon as I got home, and she screamed in joy.
Yes.
So we're very excited for that. We hope we do good. There are a lot of Sarinas out there and a lot of Gobbies.
We're going to definitely be filming it because we think it's something everybody should see. It's a cool experience, especially for Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
The stuff that they have there, the space that they have, they're
very well organized.
They're well organized. They've become a machine. It's huge. They take care of everything. So we're definitely going to film it. Our wins, our losses,
hopefully our wins.
Our wins.
And if you are in the top 16 in the tournament, you start getting better prizes. And then if you're top 3, I think, you go to nationals.
Do you even know where nationals is this year?
But I think it'd be pretty cool to go.
Yeah, sure. Sign me up for that.
So that's really exciting. I can't wait to do that. Hopefully we can train ourselves for PAX if they do have a tournament there.
Yeah, we got to get used to it because PAX is going to be one big, loud mess.
So I wanted to get into it, guys. What are your favorite Nintendo games? I'm going to start with Stitch. I kind of threw under the bus on that one, sorry.
Oh. I don't know if I have okay, so Pokemon, I've played actually since it came out Red. No, I had Blue. I actually got that as a graduation gift.
From college or high school?
High school.
Ah.
Yeah, so definitely the oldest here. But I played that, and I think I might have missed one somewhere along the line, but otherwise I think I've pretty much had every single one. I haven't finished them all, but I've played on every single one. So that one probably out of like a kind of franchise kind of thing for Nintendo, I've definitely played the most on. Wow. As far as like favorite, I mean, there's so many that are so good. Like,
yeah, very much so.
I really liked Mario Galaxy.
Oh, I love Mario Galaxy.
Paper Mario.
Which one? The one for the DS or the one for the Wii?
Okay, so I had one on the GameCube. I think it was maybe the second one.
Yeah, I think I do. I don't think I had it, but I think I do remember, yes.
But I do have the Paper Mario, the Sticker Star, whatever I think is on the DS.
Which is very interesting. It's like a Final Fantasy type game.
Yeah, well, and the other one was like it too. It was turn-based as
really?
well.
Yeah,
so
I don't think
I actually got really far on that one. I don't think I got all the way to the end. I kind of got stuck in a place.
That's definitely your genre, though, is turn-based.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Bravely Default, look that up. You'll probably love it.
Blue Dragon, she loves it.
For 360, yeah, that was a really good one. It was a 360 exclusive. But, yeah, I mean, I think kind of those type of Mario games. The side-scrolling ones, I get really frustrated really fast.
You don't like platforming?
I'll play it, and actually I really like, what was the newest one we got?
Donkey Kong?
No, it was a Mario one. 3D Mario World for the
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's not so much
with the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like those. Yeah, it's not really side scrolling.
It's 3D platforming.
Yeah. But the other ones, like, I get really, like, Super Mario World or New Super Mario World, I get frustrated at.
So, like, Final Fantasy is turn-based, right?
Final Fantasy is very turn-based.
Have you ever played it then?
Any
Do you
Final
enjoy
Fantasies?
it?
I think I have a couple for the DS, and I remember playing a while back. I
I've
can't
never
remember
played
if I
it.
played 'em.
Final Fantasy is so much fun.
I
But
definitely need
I
to
can
do
go
it.
into that. It's a lot of fun. If you want to get into the turn-based, but if you want to keep it Nintendo, try Shin Megami Tensei 4. That just is
4.
4. It's a lot of fun. It's almost like Pokemon mixed with Final Fantasy because you have to go catch these demons and then you get them to fight for you and then you can mix them and it's very interesting and then they spawn whole new other demons.
And you got that.
It's very hard. I've been getting creamed. Like I have to have the strat guide with me to play that game. It is hard, but I've read online like in the beginning you're gonna get pounded.
Is that a Nintendo title?
No, I think it's an Atlas. I think
Okay.
it's Atlas. The people who make Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
I want to think so. I think so. I hope I'm right on that one. But what's your favorite Pokemon game? Like, if you had to choose, what's your favorite Pokemon game? I know that's a very hard question.
Oh. So, I mean, the new ones are fun because there's a lot of side quest stuff, though, to them.
In X and Y? Or in X and Y? Or
Yeah, I mean, it seems like in the recent, probably since, which one had Piplup in it?
Piplup was...
Black?
No, it was before that. It wasn't...
Pearl or whatever the...
Yeah, it was Pearl and Diamond.
Yeah. So that's kind of when you started with your cave, like your underground room that you could decorate.
No, that was Omega. That wasn't Omega. That was just Ruby and Sapphire. Was when you could have the personal caves and trees and stuff like that.
Well, whichever one you had to go and like mine, I think wasn't that Diamond and Pearl, and there was the underground network where you had to go down and mine to get some special like stuff.
I don't remember, and I have like 300 hours in Diamond, and I don't remember.
Yeah, because I remember a friend and I were playing that together. But I mean, that one, like all of that stuff is cool and all, but I loved Blue. Like I played that nonstop, and I lifeguarded that summer that I got it, and the pool rats and I would sit and play and talk Pokemon the whole entire time. Like. So out of all of just nostalgia's sake, I gotta go with Blue. I mean, yeah, it was black and white, and it was 8-bit as hell, but it was, it was just straight up catching and battling.
Yep.
There wasn't a whole lot of extra fluff to it. I mean, yeah, there was Team Rocket and whatnot, but
not like nowadays. Not like with what is it, Team Flare, and they're trying to destroy the world, and like it seemed as though once Ruby hit, they jumped to like world destruction. Let's kill everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. It's funny how that jump went very fast.
That escalated quickly.
the Pokemon game for GameCube was pretty epic too. With the Shadow Pokemon, you had to catch and revert back to normal.
That was really fun. I do remember that. Yeah.
I need to play that again.
Yeah, you do.
I do have it. I need to start that one over.
So.
Yeah, but if I was sticking straight like. Full on just Nintendo, I'd have to say like Pokemon and those kind of turn-based Mario ones.
So Trist, what are your favorite Nintendo games?
I can't pick two, so if you're asking two, I'm not going to answer the question.
I didn't say two, that's why I was like...
I mean, just
so nostalgia-wise, I would say like the Three Stooges on the Nintendo.
On the
original.
NES?
Yep. I'm a big Donkey Kong Country fan. Huge. And that came out on the Super Nintendo.
I remember I bought the new one for the 3DS, and I was like, just take it. Give me $20, you can have it.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done with it.
They're too hard for me.
Those are the kind that frustrate me.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I think, like, Dr. Mario, stuff like that. I'm more of like...
Dr. Mario was good.
I've gotten to the Pokemon craze as an adult, as a very old adult. Like I was 25 and started playing.
Yeah,
like
you came into it very late.
The first one I bought was Black.
Wow.
Well, I played because I played hers, and then I played. I finished it, and then I did Black 2, but I didn't finish it, and now I have.
So you're a
You didn't like it to begin with.
No, I didn't.
I got her to try once, and she didn't like it because
The graphics were
You
horrible.
had to read.
Oh my god.
And you have to read.
And the graphics were horrible.
Well, the issue I have with Pokemon 2, and especially in X and Y, I'm glad that they did the graphical updates because I think it was needed. But I feel like there's too much. Like, too much going... Not... Like, if it was just catching and battling and IVs and that. But all this side crud. I don't...
That's a stab to my heart.
But it's not what it does. The Pokemon is catching and creating the best team you can.
But it's like you as a trainer going out on your story, like to beat the Elite Four, you're going out on your Pokemon adventure, catching Pokemon and helping Pokemon and doing all this stuff. That's what I love about Pokemon.
I mean, I do like it. Obviously, I've put a crap ton of hours in Y.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's so much that if you, like... I was scared of just blazing through it that I would miss too much. And now, so I slowed down. And then I spent hundreds of hours not getting anywhere, not getting any badges. So then I'm like, well, crap. So now I'm trying to speed up again. And I'm still not done because I don't know which is best.
Like, I remember when I had Y and I sold it because I didn't like it. And then I got X again. And during when I was playing Y, you were like, I had finished the game in like 30 hours and you were like 70 hours in and didn't even get your second gym badge. I'm like, what are you doing? And you were literally, you wouldn't leave a route till you caught every single Pokemon that you could catch there.
Yep.
That's crazy to me. I could never do that. My strategy is I go through everything, come back and then do it again.
Yeah, and I feel like I got burnt out. I put it down for a long time.
Yeah.
I put it down for a very long time.
But
I mean, I like the Mario games and stuff like that, but I like more of like the old school Mario.
Like the 2D platforming?
The 2D platforming, it's just for more like nostalgic reasons. There's nothing other than like Mario Kart that I feel, well, maybe like Super Mario 64.
Super Mario 64 was great. RPG Marios are great,
Yeah.
like the Paper Mario.
Yeah.
RPG Marios are they're so much fun.
Yeah.
I put hours into Mario 64, Super Mario 64.
That's my favorite Mario, probably.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Sure. So I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous. So I would definitely have to say Pokemon is definitely one of my favorite franchises, IPs, for Nintendo. I've been playing Pokemon since I was a kid. I've had the beginning ones just like you, Stitch. I've had Blue, I've had Ruby, I've had Sapphire, I've had all those all the way up to now. I didn't like Black and White.
Why?
It was boring to me. Like, it was just, there was no meat to it. Like, I just felt like I blew through it too fast. And I was like, well, this is boring, I don't want to play it anymore. But X and Y are great. Like I said, I had Y, I beat it, I didn't like it, I didn't have anything else to do with it, so I just sold it. And then maybe 3 or 4 months later, you started picking it up again, and I was like, well, I guess I'll play. I went and bought X because I like Xerneas, the big antlers and the deer.
No,
I think he's pretty.
He's pretty. He's a pretty deer.
Pretty.
So I like playing it now, but one real beef that I have with Pokemon now, the past since Diamond, like you were saying, it's I feel like I'm running through it too fast. Like, my favorite Pokemon is Ruby. Ruby was so much fun to me because there was so much side stuff to do. I could do Pokemon fashion shows. Like, you can take your Pokemon and just throw them on a fashion bow, put little bow ties on them, and then you can...
You can still do all that, right? But it's definitely not
You do trainer videos.
Yeah, you do trainer videos, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I tried to do it and I stunk.
Yeah, and then there's there was your secret hideouts where you can put all this cool Snorlax fluffies, stuffs, and all that kind of stuff around, and I loved all that. I love doing that. I love having a secret base that I can go hide in. And like I said, I spent 300 some odd hours in that game, and it was so much fun. And I'm really happy that with Omega Ruby, it's coming back, and they're ramping up the graphics, and it's going to be nice and pretty. I'm very excited.
I hope that with the new Pokemon, I don't know if you guys it bothered you as much as it did me, but when you went into Lumio City and you're trying to go down the streets,
it's
the
a pain to walk through.
And the camera and turning, it's horrible.
They were just trying to show off the 3D-ness.
Yeah,
I think that's all they were trying to do. I'm over that too, so I'm hoping that they got that all over their system. They wiped all the nasty crud out.
Yeah.
And are just moving on to the next thing, which is getting back they have cosplay Pikachus, man. Oh my god, mine's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be like a little Southern Belle. It's gonna be so cute. But what I learned, what kind of bummed me out is that not every Pikachu can do that. You have to have a certain cosplay Pikachu. Like you can't, catch a wild one.
Have a certain, like it doesn't
No,
have to
you can't catch a wild Pikachu. You have to go get it from somewhere, then you take it to cosplay.
That's booty.
Yeah.
But the Mega Evolutions.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're really nice. I like the Mega Slowbro, how it's just like like the shell just kind of ate it and it's just sitting in there. I love that. I think it's great.
Because it's like a hermit crab or something attached to it, isn't it?
I think it's a shelter. They evolve a cloister. It bit onto it. Like I remember that's how you had to evolve it a long time ago. Or no, that was in Pokemon Snap. You had to have a cloister bite onto its tail, then it would evolve into Slowbro. Yeah, I played a lot of Pokemon Snap when I was a kid.
Yeah, I never played that.
But I love Mario Kart. I love Super Smash Bros. I'm very excited. October 3rd, everyone.
Never played it except with Allie.
And hopefully we get together Friday Night Fights, maybe.
Friday Night Fights. I vote never to play with Doc Fluff.
No, I think we should. I think it'd be funny. We'll have to be a lot of beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, a lot of censorship with that one.
But
and I stink, so...
But it's not
I'll
hard.
Play
it's literally...
just FYI.
It's literally B up, B left, B right, B down. That's all your moves.
Maybe if I practice enough. I only really played a few times on the GameCube, and it's kind of like when I first started playing WoW when I was doing the Warrior.
Yeah.
I would overshoot hitting people, or
Yeah.
they would turn, and I'd be like, wait, but... You're and then
Yeah.
I'd have to turn it. I've gotten way better, so maybe it'll be.
We'll have to buy it for you.
It'll be fun. So October 3rd, it comes out for the 3DS. If you don't know, and I'm really interested to see how it's going to play on the triangle, the diamond button.
I wonder if they're going to come out with like any sort of adapter
for the GameCube controller to the 3DS,
or even like how they have the button add-ons that can kind of change
the
things.
Controller Plus. I don't know. We'll have to
Why
see.
would it matter?
Yeah, you don't need 2 analog sticks to play.
I guess.
Yeah, but why are you concerned about the...
Because a lot of people that play Super Smash Brothers
play on the GameCube.
Play on the GameCube controller. So when you're changing the controller, people are going to freak out a little bit.
Oh, because it had the round one with like the couple buttons.
So it had the
side,
big
right?
round one in the middle, and then it had the little B button, and then an X and a Y look like like a jelly bean on the sides.
Yeah.
And that was seriously the best controller ever. I'm so happy that they're bringing back the adapter. I will be buying
simply
that.
for that game.
Yep,
that's insane.
Just for that game. Just because in Evo, they still play on the GameCube because they want that controller. It's so precise, you get very fast response time.
I might have to check it out. I'll have to try it out and see how I feel about it.
So, but a fair warning, I will probably beat all of you down to smithereens with Little Mac. I'm gonna one-shot punch
like
all
girl.
of you.
And then you'll feel bad.
And
then you might let me win once.
Maybe once.
We'll close his eyes.
I can't see it. I can't admit to it.
Okay, the thing that frustrates me is I always fly off the screen, and some of them can like fly back, or like they'll come back and land on the ground.
I'll put you on Doc Fluff on Kirby. Because you could just go boom, 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 and just float back.
I would always fly off, and then I would be like, Pshoo.
And that's all Doc Fluff plays is Kirby. And it really makes me mad because I'll sit here with like Ike from Fire Emblem, just smacking her, like getting my perfect hit. She goes boop, 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 boop. Just comes right back. So
can all of them have the ability to jump back into the thing?
Kirby has where he can puff back, kind of float back.
But if he's too far away,
he won't make it. You can only puff like 4 to 5 times.
And then, because I see some of them jump back and forth.
Like they go, whoop, and they jump up again?
Yeah.
Everyone that's their B up. Everyone will have a jump up. Everyone has that. But it doesn't, like, carry you that far. It's like a quick, like a jump up. And you can only use it once.
And I think my timing is never good enough.
Yeah,
and I always miss it. And I'd end up off the screen. And
we'll see how it goes. It'll be fun. I mean,
it'll be trial and error, that's for sure.
So, first round we play it, I'll put all home run bats on. It's a one-shot thing. You just press side A, hold it, charge it. Whooding! You hear a nice clack. And then they go, foof, and shoot off the map.
That's funny.
Instant kill.
Okay, but for me, people would need to stand still for that to work.
Yeah, it's definitely a timing thing. It's like, you gotta wait and you gotta know they're coming towards you.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, though. I think we'll have a lot of fun with it.
I think so, too. And I think it'll be great to take to PAX.
Yeah. So, hopefully they have a tournament there and I'll maybe compete in it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I don't think I'm anywhere near that level.
Okay, so random question back on GameCube. Did you play GameCube much?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever play the Star Fox RPG?
Yes. With the dinosaurs?
Oh my god, I loved it!
Star Fox Adventures.
Dude, we need to find it again.
People really hated that game.
Oh, I loved it.
Because, you know why it was... People loved the A-wing, you know, where they're flying in the air and shooting stuff. People love that, and it was only like a little bit of it, and then the rest was on the floor. With
And I
the
hated
giant
that
staff.
part of it.
I love being on the floor.
Yeah,
Like, that was awesome.
I hated the flying because I suck at
I
flying
love
games.
flying, so
Broom and Harry Potter, any of those things, Quidditch,
See,
stunk at it.
but
Like all of the flying, I stink at.
Did you play Star Fox 64?
No, if it was a flight one, no.
It's on the N64. I have that game, and that's the first game I really fully beat, and you can beat it in like 5 hours maybe. But man, it's so much fun. I'll have to bring it down. I'll have to dust the dust off. And my N64 is very dusty. I have to wash my hands after I touch it. But yes, that game was really, really good.
I need to find it again. Like I need
Yeah.
to buy it. Like find it on.
They're
eBay,
coming out with
maybe,
a new Star Fox for the Wii.
Is it flight though, or is it an RPG?
Both, I think.
Okay.
We're gonna see. I remember Miyamoto at what was it? E3.
Mm-hmm.
Remember all those stupid weird demos he had where it was like a building fighter and then it was like a tower defense one?
Yep.
Apparently he was those are all going to be integrated into Star Fox. So I think it'll be really interesting. I'm hoping maybe you have a land runner, you know, you get the tank and stuff like that. I think it'll be really, really fun. But I hope it's an RPG. I love the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Yeah. But I think I have to talk about one more game. What was it? Luigi's Mansion.
Yes.
I never played it. She played many hours.
I need you to beat the clock for me.
Okay, I'll beat the clock.
I tried it like 10 times.
Yeah.
And I
Isn't
can't
there more
do
than
it.
one though, or is it just that one?
No, there's Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube, which
That's
I
what I was
played.
thinking.
Oh, I played that
we need to
rigorously.
find that.
It's very expensive. I looked on eBay. It's like $90.
Dang it.
And then there's Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
That's the one.
That's what I have for the DS.
And what she's talking about, Stitch, is the clock boss in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, where you have to spin the clock and get far enough to fight the ghosts, and the clock's hands are on fire and they're burning you if you touch them. I beat that guy first shot.
I think I get frantic.
You're like, oh,
It's like in
too
real
many things
life.
to worry about.
It's in real life. If I'm rushing, I start dropping everything.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same. In the first several times that I did it, I didn't realize you could suck the clock hands back.
Yeah.
So I kept running out of time. When it's on 5, you usually get like 5 ghosts.
Wait, you can suck the clock out?
I
don't think
you
I
can
did
suck
that.
them back to give you
I don't
more
think
time.
I did that. I think I just beat it fast enough. So.
Yeah, and I couldn't, like, for me, it's all a reaction thing. That's why flight games don't go well. Because I don't have that reaction time enough.
It's with your old age.
I guess.
So old.
But I think that was the whole thing. So it's still, I mean, that game was,
It's
once
fun.
I pass that, I'll pick it up and play it again.
I love, I always catch myself at work going, like I'll be in the cold back freezer, like whistling it, and my friends are walking. What are you doing? Don't worry about it. Just leave me alone.
The little old guy. Is he
what's his name?
Because he doesn't really talk.
Professor Egad.
Yeah.
Chuka chuka. Yeah,
Yeah.
he always does stuff like that. I love that.
Oh, ridiculous.
It's such a good game. You really
need to
gotta
play
try
it.
it.
I do.
It's a
need to
lot
play
of
it.
fun. It's definitely worth the playthrough.
I think each of the cartridges has like 3 saves.
Yeah, they do have 3
slots,
saves. And Doc Fluff tried playing, and there's no hope. I mean, there really isn't.
She might have tried on mine too, so we could delete that one and give it to you
Yeah.
or something. But you should try it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I played until my hands got stuck in the position because you have
You
to
get
use
the
the
claw.
trigger.
The
you're
claw.
just like,
And
Do
then
you
I
remember the
used-
Friends episode where Chandler gets the Pac-Man machine? And he's like, what am I supposed to do with the claw? Because he plays
Played
it all day. And
yeah.
he made like
Because he didn't have a job.
He didn't have a job, and he took the initials and made all like nasty words. And then Ben was coming over, Ross's son, and he's like, you need to get these off there. And he tried to unplug it and it didn't come off. And they said, well, play it and beat it again. He's like, I can't with the claw. Because it was like the joystick.
I did though, and for me to hold up my 3DS, I have to use my pinkies on the bottom of it, and so then I'd be like all stretched.
Really? I just hold it like this. Like I'm just like.
It kind of slides out of my hands.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
See, I rested on my stomach. I'm just sitting like, there we go. So, so Nintendo has released their first Mario Kart DLC.
Yep.
And it is where you will get 3 new karts for free. They're just completely free. They're Mercedes-Benzes.
Are they already unlocked?
They are already unlocked. They're
Okay.
for free. It's like an old Mercedes. It's like a new Mercedes, a GLA, and then it's like a Mercedes, like a racer. It looks like a F1, you know, with the tires out on the outside. I don't know what you call it.
It's an F1 car.
Yeah, and then they have one more. It's like a sedan looking thing, but they're
It's like
pretty,
an S-Class.
I mean, they're really cool. I like them a lot, and also they added to where when you were playing online, it would have watch replay and then continue race.
Yes.
They flip those around.
Oh my god, thank you, because I can't even tell you how many times I selected replay.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it. And then they added to where the map is on the screen, the top screen, instead of on the gamepad.
Okay.
So I think you can have it on the gamepad too, but I think it's on the top screen now.
Because now your neck's not constantly.
Yeah, because I'm always like this. I
could never look down and back up.
Exactly.
But if it's in my screen, I can glance over.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of people are complaining about.
For me.
Yeah. And then I think they added like a couple bug fixes and stuff like that. But they added a shop button. So the shop button, okay,
I'm listening.
is for their 2 new DLCs that they're having coming out.
Okay.
Pack 1. So pack 1, I have it right here. Let me read it real quick.
So that was all that's in the initial package.
This is
the free.
This
one.
wasn't pack 1.
So the one that
This is just a DLC.
Okay. Upgrade.
So this
free
is
card.
so yeah.
No courses on that one.
Pack 1 is The Legend of Zelda X Mario Kart. So Legend of Zelda and Mario Kart 8. The release date is in November of this year.
Okay.
And it's $7.99.
That's cheap as DLCs go.
What you get is 3 characters. Tanuki Mario, which is like the cat Mario in his suit. Cat Peach, and Link.
Oh.
You get 4 new vehicles
Uh-huh.
and 8 new courses.
8?
Wow.
8, that's 2 cups.
Wow.
So I've seen, you want to see a picture of Link
Yeah.
in game?
Oh wow, what a pretty little man.
Ooh,
Isn't that great?
that's nice.
I'm very excited for it.
Wow.
I mean, that's $1 a course, and the characters and the carts are free.
Yep.
I mean, if you think of it that way, that's
quite a.
I mean, I
steal.
remember other DLCs you'd download, and they were
Yeah, they're like
pretty
$20.
hefty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Call of Duty DLCs
Yep.
are very expensive.
Yeah.
So
that's
how
what I was
excited are you
That's
for
pretty cool.
Link being in this?
I didn't play a lot of.
Oh, well.
Yes,
You're
that's
excited,
pretty
right,
cool.
Stitch? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And they've kind of showed a couple of the maps. Very, very they don't even show any real gameplay. It's just screenshots.
Are they throwbacks though?
There's an F-Zero map,
Oh my god, I love F-Zero.
and one of the new carts is an F-Zero cart.
With the little things on the back.
Yes.
Oh my god, so excited.
They have an F-Zero course. They have an Excite Bike. You remember Excite Bike?
Philip
course.
me.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
That was NES.
Yes.
Yeah, the motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be real exciting. And there's one more I can't remember, and it really bugs me.
That'd be really cool if they take the course and put it in 8-bit.
That's what I was thinking. Is it going to be that way,
No,
or is
it's
it going to be?
It's a 3D. It's all 3D. And then the second pack, which is in May of next year,
Oh, okay.
3 characters, right? 3 new characters. Dry Bowser. So you know, remember like Dry Bones?
Uh-huh.
He's gonna be like Bowser but Bones.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
The Villager from Animal Crossing, and Isabelle from Animal Crossing.
Yes! I love Animal Crossing.
4 new vehicles
Uh-huh.
and 8 more courses
Wow.
For $5.99?
for $7.99.
For $7.99?
The other one's
And I think both of them are $7.99. And I think you can buy both for $12 or something like that. Very cheap, like $12 to $14.
Well, I think that not only is that a steal, but I think that Nintendo has realized how epic Mario Kart 8 has become.
And then, I just read here. Anyone who purchases both packs will get 8 new colors of Yoshi and Shy Guy to play immediately.
Yoshi is my absolute favorite Mario character.
So you can have
period.
like red Yoshi, yellow Yoshi,
Blue Yoshi?
Yes, blue Yoshi.
Blue Yoshi?
So how great is that?
That's pretty
you
awesome.
have to purchase them like ahead of time at the same time.
No,
Like in a pack?
I think once you purchase both of them, you get all the new colors. So it's not going to happen till May, but it's still really cool, something to look forward to. I'm glad Nintendo is finally stepping into the DLC limelight.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're finally realizing what they have and what they can do, and they're like, you know what, we're not just going to sit behind and just...
Well, it keeps it playable though too. I mean, I know the hype coming up right as the game came out.
Yeah.
As someone who, again, never really good at driving games, but enjoyed it for what it was. Like, everybody was so excited for it. It's all anybody ever talked about, like gaming people. And then, but once you done all those courses and you've unlocked everything, and then how fun really is it to go back and just drive the same thing again after you've done everything?
Well, online.
But I mean,
it still wears thin after a while.
It's still, you have memorized the entire course and you could drive it in your sleep because you have the timing down. Like, that to me is kind of like, well, I don't know. But since they're adding new courses...
And what I'm hoping is they add a better battle mode. Because battle mode in this is trash.
It is.
Let's be honest. You're on a...
Is it the online one? I don't think I've seen it.
We've never played battle mode. No. So you remember battle mode? It's with the balloons and you have to try to hit each other?
Maybe.
On the old ones, that's how it was.
You run into each other, you use items to chunk at each other.
So the battle mode on Mario Kart 8, you're just on a track. Whereas before you were in an arena and you could just drive wherever you wanted.
And the arena was different.
It's just a track.
Is that one where they had like a hockey and you had to drive the hockey puck but you were on ice and you slid around and stuff?
Yeah, sort of.
I can't remember what I played on that one.
But there was one and like you went through the mud and it slowed you down, but then you could go faster.
And then there's the lava one, you jump over the lava.
Yeah.
And they kind of ruined that. So I'm hoping maybe they'll give a better battle mode. Maybe they release a couple battle mode maps.
The good thing that they did with it, though, is they did where you could create the online tournaments. I think that was awesome.
That's really fun. I've played in so many tournaments.
Especially for people that stream or tend to be more popular, or if you're looking for like a particular type of course, no items, only racing, they have tournaments
or
for
just
that.
like a particular type of people to play with.
Right.
I think it's a really good that they've kind of stepped into that kind of community. I think it's a lot of fun. I'm really glad that they've started doing this.
They were lagging behind for a while.
Lagging very behind. Although, like you were saying, the hype of Mario Kart pushed Wii U sales so much that for 1 month they quadrupled their sales and beat Xbox One.
It doesn't take much to beat an
But
Xbox One.
I mean,
but
still, for a Wii U.
I know.
I mean, when you think about how Nintendo has unfortunately gone downhill, and I really hope that they stick around though, because they do put out the Nintendo family of games. To me, is like classic.
I don't know. Whenever I hear people online talking about, well, Nintendo doesn't have any third parties. You know what I mean? Like Nintendo only does their own things.
They're a monopoly.
They only do their own things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I buy a Nintendo system to play Nintendo games.
Yeah, you either like Nintendo and you love it and you're diehard, or you don't.
Exactly.
I feel like.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I bought a Wii U. The whole reason I bought a Wii U is because of Mario Kart 8. I just wanted to play Mario Kart 8. But the fact is, they drew me in with that one game.
Yep.
And that just shows.
And then when you add all the other games in, I mean, Pikmin 3 is awesome.
Oh, God, that's so good.
Wind Waker is awesome.
Oh, I have played Wind Waker.
And a couple others that we recently picked up. I mean, they just... When you start adding things like that in there, along with those, like, getting people... And people are like, oh, I really want to play that. But, like, for me, with an Xbox, I wanted to play Blue Dragon, but was it worth me buying a whole Xbox for one game?
Yeah, that's true.
So if people are going to do this, though, they're like, dang, I remember playing Mario Kart 8, I got to try it, and then they have so many other good games to add into it. So
I bet you, once Super Smash Bros. Comes out, it's going to skyrocket again.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I mean, really. I'm going to be standing in line at midnight getting my game.
Yeah, you and me both. We'll be there.
I mean, really. And I have one more announcement for Nintendo. They will be doing a Pokemon meets Tekken type of
I
game.
read that.
So do you ever play Tekken?
It's the fighting, isn't it?
It's like the side.
It's like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
But Pokemon.
And was it console or was it on... Because Mortal Kombat was arcade.
It's arcade, but it is on console now.
Okay.
It's always been on console.
Yeah.
Since like the N64, I think.
Yeah, something crazy. You could turn the blood on or turn the blood off.
I always had it on.
On.
Ribbon spawns out always the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spurt out.
But how do you feel about that? I mean...
I think it's somewhere it didn't need to go.
I think it's...
I don't understand what it would be.
It's like Super Smash Bros, but for adults.
I mean, really, they want to get.
With Pokemon?
I think they want to get more into the Evo tournaments.
I just don't think it was necessary.
So where would you want Pokemon to go?
On the freaking console.
I need a console.
You really?
Another console.
That is the one thing that will save Nintendo any day.
You think so?
I think they're going to hold on to it until they're just
They've
about
probably
to
got one
die.
in the works.
So you know what I think? With Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire coming out, they still have Emerald. Emerald came out with Ruby and Sapphire, and then there was Emerald.
Came out a little later though, didn't it?
But it was part of that group.
Yeah, but it was.
It's
like they did red and blue, and then they had yellow.
Exactly.
Like it was kind of that a little bit later.
So what I'm thinking is, what if they released Emerald on the console? What if they're saving that third one for the console? How would you feel about that? Would you cry and just the
I
happiness?
could not tell you how happy it would make me to sit in the privacy of my home in a recliner with a big screen Pokemon.
That'd be fun.
My god!
Is there any way to make that happen from a DS to a TV now?
Nope.
No.
Any
They don't
cable
have
of
any
any
crossplay
sort?
or anything like that. Well, you can get you can send your DS in to get it modded, where you can capture. It's like a game capture, and it'll display on a TV. But it's
That's
not.
how people stream it.
That's not the same. I want a console Pokemon.
I just don't understand why.
Yeah.
But I do and I don't, because I understand the whole tournament-based competitive play. So if it would make sense how you're saying it, they do the 2 DS games separately, so they can have the people that want to play the tournaments play competitively, but still bring in the people from Emerald that want to be at home. Because what's going to happen is if you play Emerald and say, hey, I want to join the VGC, the regionals, how are you going to get those Pokemon onto your DS to play legally in the tournament?
Maybe they start doing cross-buy stuff, like with the Vita and the PS4. Nintendo is lacking in that department. They need to step
I
it
don't
up.
know if they have the technology for that.
I think
wouldn't
they
they?
do. Oh, I
Why
think
wouldn't they?
do.
They
Hardcore.
are innovators when it comes to video games.
They're the crazy
They
toy
came out
makers.
with the NAS. I mean, they came out. The Wii system alone blew everybody out of the water. It was so innovative.
Not to mention 3D on a handheld. Like,
yeah,
you can really
I mean,
see 3D.
they've got it. I think they are playing. I think they're holding back to blow everyone out of the water yet
I hope
again.
so.
Like the Wii U, like the controller and the dualness, and a lot of the games don't fully incorporate it. But like for Wind Waker, I mean, it's like you have your bag of stuff in your pocket, like it's in your lap. For me, I don't know. I think they've got the technology.
They would own consoles. Own them.
If they had a Pokemon.
Because every person, I can almost guarantee you, about 75% of the people that play solely PlayStation or Xbox have a DS because of Pokemon.
3DS was the best-selling console last year.
And it was a handheld.
But then again, I gotta say, PS3 and Xbox 360 had a long run. They had a 9-year run, I think, before the new one, or a 6 to 9 year run before Xbox One and PS4 came out. I think if PS4 or Xbox One would have came out last year, 3DS would have just been wiped off the face of the earth.
Yes and no, because it's. I mean, look at the Vita. The Vita came out at the perfect time for them to like steamroll everything. I had a Vita for the longest time. I got rid of that thing so
They didn't
fast.
come out with any games.
No games.
You have to continually bring out the content, and you have to. I feel like Wii for a while, like old Wii.
Oh, the Wii
kind
was
of stalled out after a little while. Let's
be honest, the Wii was terrible. It was.
I
didn't
liked
like
it.
At the end, it was terrible.
It got my 75-year-old grandmother bowling.
Oh,
I mean, it was pretty,
But that's like when it first came out,
Yeah.
and that was all the hype.
Wii Sports is still the best-selling game of all time.
Really.
It is. I thought that's kind of crazy. I mean, it just shows that Nintendo are innovators. They are the crazy toy makers. They do things that other consoles are way too scared to do.
Mm-hmm.
They have the capability to do everything they ever could want to, but
yeah.
they're
I'm just,
smart.
I hope that they bring something out that's going to blow everyone away. And I think it's either going to be the Pokemon console or some crazy Legend of Zelda thing.
I don't know how they can make that.
I want a new
crazier.
Legend of Zelda. I mean, I like that they're
already doing it.
remastering all the old stuff,
Well,
but
okay, so they're doing a Legend of Zelda meets Dynasty Warriors. You ever play Dynasty Warriors?
is that the Hyrule?
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors, and it's pretty much just like
Hack and slash.
But I've heard it's really fun. From what I've heard, it's a lot of fun. And then they're doing the Zelda RPG where you literally, it's just a giant immersive world and you can just go.
Oh, that's right.
Like Fable.
It looks beautiful. I'm very excited for that game. So I'm hoping that's all their cards right there, and maybe they have a few up their sleeve, but
Pokemon console would be the best idea ever.
I mean, and I don't know that many people like the GameCube one. Honestly, I loved it because it was
I loved
Pokemon.
it.
I stayed up.
I like it too.
Yeah.
I stayed up all night for a long time playing that, like hours and hours on end. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and it was a totally different twist. I think if it goes to console, they'd have to do something different with it.
Yeah.
It would need to be a little different than traditional
Why?
Pokemon on the handheld.
If it works.
No, I think it would be because what would be the point? Then at that point they would just release it on 3DS. I think that for Pokemon to be successful on console, it needs to be like the GameCube one. It needs to be its own whole huge different thing.
But if you do that, you're
It needs-
not going to have... You might not have the crossover capability between the DS.
I'd be okay with that, to be completely honest.
Yeah,
Because everything
I mean,
you in Ruby and Sapphire, you can catch an Emerald. I mean, other way around. Emerald, everything... Yeah, I said that right. Yeah, I think I did.
How like sometimes you can only get some in Ruby and only some in
But
Sapphire.
I think
but in
Emerald,
you can
because
get all.
Emerald came after, I think it had both from Ruby and Sapphire in there. So, I mean, but y'all two have two different Pokemon games, and that was never a factor for you. You just trade it up and be like, hey, I need this Heracross. Well, I need this Pinsir. Let's trade them up real quick.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think that ever made a difference. I think with online and world trading, I don't think that will ever be a problem anymore.
Can you imagine Wonder trading on the console?
Mm.
Many hours sitting at the dinner table eating.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Let's just go catch a bunch of bumblebees and just trade them out.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, well, I think that's time to wrap it up. We have had a very good discussion about Nintendo. I think a little more about Pokemon, but hey, we all love Pokemon here.
Who doesn't love Pokemon?
Pokemon is Nintendo and Nintendo is Pokemon.
Exactly. So,
I used to be embarrassed about the fact that I played it, but now I embrace it.
you gotta
wholeheartedly.
embrace it. From day one, I've embraced it. So I think that was a great discussion, and like always, we will geek you later.
See ya.
Bye.